Robert Souza with Milestone Mortgage Solutions here today with Josh and Michelle from Home Inspections by JML.
Yes.
Tell us about your business.
How much time we got?
We got enough. I did one of these. It was almost an hour and 40 minutes one time.
Oh.
So we have time, but I don't think anybody's gonna maybe watch that long. So
No.
we'll see. We'll see where we end.
Okay.
Well, as the title suggests, we're home inspectors. I'm the home inspector. Michelle's the brains behind the operation.
Okay. All right. So tell me a little bit more in detail. What do you do, Michelle, in the background while Josh, you're out inspecting the actual home?
Most of the time, I answer the phone calls. I'm kind of the first point of contact while
Which
he's
was
on.
very important for us to have.
It
I
is,
agree.
as a husband and wife team,
Yeah.
we bring a lot of value in that while he's on home inspection, I can pick up the phone so that I'm able to talk to people. We do pride ourselves on the customer service we're able to bring.
That's huge.
Yeah,
So
I
that's good. Nice, refreshing to hear. Yeah.
I am a people person, so I enjoy meeting people in person,
Yeah.
but I enjoy talking to people over the phone. So when they call, I can talk to them and explain the whole process about what we do, answer any questions that they have, set up the appointment, and give them all the information about what we do. We do home inspections, obviously, in Rhode Island right now.
Yeah.
He is studying to get us into Massachusetts, which would be a great value we can provide as well. And we also do our own radon testing. We own our own radon machines.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Is it the machines where you leave them in the house for 48 hours or what have you,
Yes.
go and collect it?
It
Okay.
is, yeah.
Yeah, I still see it, but very few and far between where they leave this little jar somewhere and they say, "Can you put this in the mail?" And it's like, the inspection period's 10 days, right?
That's why. That's why we have our own machines. If you ever see it, it's an orange box about that big.
Yeah, yeah.
Those are the ones that we use, and what Michelle will try to do is call the seller realtor 3 days beforehand and say,
Yeah.
"Can we drop the machine off?" That way we have the reading right then at the inspection.
That's a great idea.
3 days later.
Nobody does that. They always come inspection day, mid-inspection, some other guy walks in with a box and says, "I'm gonna leave this here. Who can I talk to come pick it up?" That's usually what happens.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you're waiting. But if you already know, okay, we're gonna do an inspection, this weekend. Hey, can we come drop this off today so that everything's situated? We don't have to push out that timeline. That's a big deal. That's some innovative thinking. I like that.
And
That's a
owning
good
our
idea.
own machines, we can pick them up on a Sunday, we can drop them off on a Sunday. So again, it's a little bit of extra value that we can bring.
That's cool. I like that. So let's back it up a little bit
Yes.
and walk me through the process from phone call to report. What would somebody who's looking for your services typically experience within that, from initiation till you're done?
Okay, that's a good question. So if they do call and I pick up the phone and I talk with them, so again, I'm going to schedule a time with them. I'm going to get all of their information, explain our whole process to them, answer all of their questions. Then I will also go over the radon process with them and drop that off, get in touch with their agent. They're going to receive a confirmation. Their agent's going to receive a confirmation with everything. I'll get in touch with that seller agent, drop that radon off early, and then the day of the inspection, Josh is going to show up.
Well, before that,
I'm sorry, I'm probably missing a lot of this. Don't usually get that question.
and
I'm gonna
part
miss
of she's interviewing the buyer, so to speak. Where is your property? Do you need a well?
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Do you need a septic
Because
inspection?
we coordinate that.
We
It's not just
coordinate
the
all
home
that.
inspection. Yeah.
So that's one less thing the buyer has to do. She has to call around.
Or the agent.
Or the agent.
So do you subcontract for those things?
You
Yeah.
could call it that.
We coordinate
We
it.
coordinate it. We'll call up
Okay.
Bill D'Alessandro, and he does septic, and we'll say,
Yep.
"Bill, you got such and such a day?" "Yeah, I do." So
Yeah,
okay.
Jason Duran. We have a couple of different companies that we work with for well and septic. So we try to coordinate them to come in on the same day. Because depending on what area you live in, south of the state,
Yeah.
you may have a well and a septic on your property. So again, we'll try
Yes.
to coordinate them to come in on the same day and have all those inspections done at the same time.
So you're coordinated. You're
I'm
doing
gonna
that
take care of
for
all of
the
that.
consumer. They don't
Yeah.
have to say, "Oh
Yeah.
shit, who do I find what and
Exactly,
design?"
or the agent, because the real
Mm.
estate agent doesn't wanna have to take time out of their busy day to have to call around and try to schedule, all of that as well, so.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, you guys, and this is what you do,
Mhm.
and you have, not that real estate agents don't know any septic or well,
Of
but
course,
not every house requires it, and then
No.
maybe they do know somebody, and maybe that person's not available at that time. So I mean, it makes sense to have that network
Mhm.
because it's all about the value add.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Keep
Yeah,
going.
it takes a little bit of time to do that, so anything that I can do on my end to make, our client or our real estate, cause we value our client relationships and our relations with our realtors and our mortgage everybody that's involved in our business, we just value those relationships so much.
Yeah.
Anything we can do or I can do on my end, to make his job easier and to make everyone's job easier, that's what the value I bring as far as that back office end or that back end.
Yeah.
And we pick up the phone, like I said, 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night, people calling us, we pick up the phone.
That's
So
so important.
it's,
And I know it's a lot because I'm speaking from experience. Like it's like you're never off.
exactly.
Right. You're never off,
No.
right? I feel like almost any industry around real estate is like at the time frame of the consumer, and you have to be there, and you have to be available for that person. But being available to that person is a lot of times what's gonna set you apart from your competition. So I know there are some different lending companies that they're gonna work 9 to 5. And they're not gonna work on the weekend. So like if you need something, like I'll talk to you Monday morning, and that's just not real. It's just not realistic, and you can't really, truly be giving the client everything that they need in these moments if that's how you operate your business. So that's good to hear.
Well, in the home inspection process for a client, you're a new first-time home buyer in most cases.
Yeah.
You're nervous, this is their first time doing this, it's a very stressful time.
Yes. So.
And we can really appreciate that for them. And
Yeah.
again, I just wanna do everything in my power to make the very calming, stress-free experience for them. Anything I can do to take that away from them, that's what I wanna do.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And he's very good at doing that during the inspection itself, which he'll talk to you a little bit about that. He's very, very good at, he is not an alarmist, he
No.
has a good sense of humor,
Yes.
and he kind of breaks the ice right away. And
That's so important.
Yeah.
Some people go in there and just scare the shit out of people,
No.
and it's not doing anybody any good.
Yeah,
So,
anything we can do to make it, we understand what they're going through. We've been through it ourselves, but we do, and anything that, when I'm talking to them, and anything that I can do to make that, make them feel comfortable, and I do get that feedback from people saying that they enjoyed talking to me because they just felt good about it afterwards.
yeah.
So I take my time and I just really try to make it a pleasant conversation, personal conversation.
Yeah, get them very comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if you're a veteran,
Oh, yes.
sometimes the lender will require that special wood destroying organism form. So I'll do that at the time of the inspection. We don't charge for that.
Mm-hmm.
It's, they've done enough service to the country where I'm not gonna,
Yeah.
it's another fee.
Yeah.
Well, coming from a veteran, I
Oh,
appreciate
okay.
that.
Yes,
So,
like
because
that.
I've had to get that form, so I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about. Yeah.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we also, speaking of that too, we do have a savings for a veteran. We offer $50 off our inspection fee for a veteran, first responder.
Awesome.
We also do pre-listing inspections and have a $50 savings for that. So we are grateful for veterans in the service and first responders.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That's awesome.
We do a monthly special that's on our website, and we have a little gift of chocolates for our clients at the end of the
Thank you,
inspection.
yeah.
Just
Yeah,
a
that's
little, just a
cute.
little,
That's cute.
Usually
just-
wins the ladies over.
That's funny.
That's because I'm not there to give it to the guys. But yeah, it's It's just a little thank you.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
very
it's a
appreciative.
nice
We're
token.
Very,
Even
very
the
grateful.
realtors like that. I've
Yeah.
never seen that. You've never done business with us
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
You'll think twice next time.
Cool. So that is very helpful information.
I hope so.
Tell me about your process now. When
So
you
I-
get to the property, I've seen people do inspections totally different, and you would think it's pretty straight and narrow, but it's not.
Yeah, everyone has their own styles. I like to get there 20, 15 minutes earlier to do the outside.
Mm-hmm.
I'll walk the premises. If there's a garage, I'll do that as well. I check everything. The law says you only have to check a representative number of whatever. So if there's 6 outlets in a room, you only have to test 2. That's a representative number. But those 2 might be good and the other 4 might be bad. So I try to test everything, all the windows, all the outlets, lights. So when I'm done, by the time I'm done with the outside, a buying agent and the selling agent maybe, and the buyers are there. So I'll make my introductions, I'll tell them again, I'll reiterate what Michelle said on what I'm gonna be doing. I'm a top-down kind of guy, so I'll work on the uppermost level, maybe it's a 3-family, so I'll work on the 3rd and work my way down. Testing everything. I tell them, the clients, if you're welcome to follow me around, but that's boring after about 5 minutes. Oh, we'll follow you, and where'd you go?
Yeah.
And I say, okay, if you're gonna do that, you can wander around the house, take measurements. A lot of the young couples like to measure the rooms to make sure their furniture fits. And if I find anything, I'll bring it to your attention. And like Michelle said, I'm not an alarmist. Anything can be repaired, replaced, or remediated. It's not the end of the world unless the house is, made of sticks and it's ready to blow over.
Right.
It's, you can go through anything and make it work. Then I'll test everything, all the plumbing. Windows are a big thing. A lot of times they fall down. You lift it up and it slams down. We call those cat killers when Fluffy goes in and plumbing, they make sure nothing leaks in the bathrooms and the kitchen. Then I proceed downstairs to look at the electrical panel, the heating system, the plumbing down there, make sure heating systems are big, and then water heaters for some reason, because people are always afraid they're gonna burst. And I said, this could last another 10 years, or it could die the day you move in, you just don't know.
Yeah.
I can't predict the future. If I did, Powerball every day. Then I usually finish off with the roof, because I say to them, well, if I go on the roof and I fall off, at least you'll have 90% of the report done. And they get a kick out of that. They like that. And I try to keep it light, because I tell them, you guys are stressed enough. Is it gonna appraise? Do you get the right insurance?
Yeah.
Does mom and dad like the house? That's a big thing with some couples.
Yeah.
So I try to keep it light. Oh my gosh, everybody in the bathroom right now, there's a big problem. And the toilet paper's hanging over that way instead of this way.
I told you.
And that breaks the tension.
Yeah.
So
I think
things like that.
I think that's good though.
Yeah.
There's usually a lot of tension that goes into it.
Yeah.
And
So.
I get them laughing. I
Yeah.
ask them about their kids. Do you have any kids? Have they seen the house yet? Have they picked out their rooms? And they say, yeah, the kids usually pick out the master bedroom because it's the biggest.
Of course. So in general, and let's just use a 1,000-foot ranch as an example. What's the typical turnaround time from start to finish to do an inspection?
We usually on a ranch that size, we usually say 2.5 hours.
Got
I always let them know when I'm talking to them on the phone. Could be more, could be less, depending on issues or questions.
Got it.
And I just always give kind of a round time frame, because he's not a quick in and out 1 hour guy.
Yeah.
That's not who we are. He's thorough.
Yeah.
He takes his time. And again, if they are following him around with a notebook and questions, it's going to take a little bit longer. It depends if it's occupied or unoccupied, if it's, and I go over that as well. If it's a occupied home, it's a limited visual inspection. It's limited as to what he can see. He's not allowed to move furniture out of the way, like we were talking about testing the plugs. If there's a couch or a bed, he can't move that out of the way to test that plug, because he could damage the property. I go over that with them. It's just kind of common sense, but they need to know why it's called a limited visual inspection. So, you know, that could take a little bit longer, you know, can't move clothes out of the closet and things like that. So I just kind of go over, you know, again, educating them about what the home inspection is, why it's called that, and why things could take a little bit longer. In a vacant house, completely open, in a room like that, he can test every single plug, every single window.
Right.
So, so it's good to let them know what the difference is in an occupied home, unoccupied home, and why it could take a little bit more time, why it could take a little bit of less time. But just given a general 2.5 hour time frame for that 1,500 square foot house, let's say, you know, talking about a 2 or 3 family, now you're looking at a little bit more, 3.5 hour time frame. But I always kind of give that, you know, could be a little more, could be a little less. Because you don't want someone saying, oh, you said it was only gonna be 3 hours, it's 3 hours and 15 minutes, you know.
Right, and I think setting expectations is always.
Exactly.
And when we send out our confirmation, we send it out to the buying agent as well. We say to them that expect 2.5 hours for this house, or 3 or 4.
Yep.
So that they know as well.
And they can also tell, look, if they wanna talk to the seller agent, give them a heads up, so they know and they're not surprised.
Yeah, you don't want the listing agent saying, yeah, they'll be here for an hour, and then
Yeah.
they show back to, you know, come home and make lunch, and they're sitting in the driveway for another hour. I don't think anybody wants that.
No.
So, yeah.
Exactly.
And do you give like a formalized report at the end? Is
Yes.
it an email? Is it what?
As I go through the inspection, I have a tablet that it's basically a checklist.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a room to room kind of person. There are some inspectors who do systems, but I find that systems being, they'll put all the electrical, lump all the electrical into one section.
Oh,
So,
okay,
you know,
I understand what you're saying.
You have to identify in your report the electrical in the kitchen and the bathroom, all in one section. I prefer the room by room, so that they know that, oh, it's just this room that has a problem. All the other rooms are fine. I don't have to kind of hunt and peck for the defect.
I gotcha.
So my report, I take pictures, I put captions, I highlight them with arrows and boxes and circles.
Yep.
I also do videos on the report. So I'll say, you know, this window, I'll have my tablet now. This window doesn't stay open, I'll lift the window and just have it fall down. It shows them how much
Gotcha.
of safety.
Why it didn't work?
Yes.
You break it down a little bit more granular.
In certain things.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
And they like that.
Yeah.
So, and my report turnaround is when I get home, I'll spend about another half hour to an hour on the report, making sure that I've explained everything, I've indicated everything on the defects or observations, and I send it out. They get an email, it directs them to a web page,
Mm-hmm.
they'll see the report. They'll see
So
the
it sounds
videos
like the report's usually out like 24 hours.
It's generally out that evening.
that evening.
It's very
Okay.
rare it gets out the next day.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Again, time crunch. I just did an inspection where they had a 48-hour inspection period. So it was on a Friday, and they needed their negotiation period ended on that Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I told them, you know, you'll get your report tonight and go from there.
That's big.
Mm.
Especially when you have a 48-hour.
Yeah, that was very rare.
Yeah.
But
That's
hey,
rare.
but sometimes
That's
that's what
rare.
it takes nowadays.
Yes.
You know, they don't want to waive the inspection. So what's the next best? What else can you do?
Mhm.
You know, you either do it for informational purposes, or you shorten that time frame so
That
it's
is
not
happening a
some.
lot.
You know, they know what it is. They're getting in front of it, and it's done.
Mhm.
So yeah, I mean, it makes sense. So.
Yeah. We will let them know if we have to have the inspection report out the following day. We'll let
Yeah.
them know you'll have it tomorrow, but definitely within 24 hours. But
Cool.
95% of the time they have it that night.
Got it. So what are some of your biggest struggles right now? within your industry that you're finding? Maybe not necessarily your business, but at least your industry or your business if you have that.
Well, obviously it's the lack of inventory. It's 500 to 700 houses for sale right now. I've heard anywhere like 20% of those houses are $1 million or more. So that's not a market that everyone's rushing to.
Yeah.
Multifamilies, they go in a day or two. Condos are going quick. Single family homes,
I
within
think
a
that's
week.
probably
Yeah.
The biggest
what most
thing is
people are
the
looking
inventory.
for.
Got it.
Yeah.
And since it's a seller's market, they can kind of dictate the terms of the sale of their house. We don't want an inspection. The inspection could be informational only to the buyer, so we're not gonna repair anything. They waive the inspections. Some of my realtors saying, you know, I advise them not to waive the inspection, but they wanna save that money.
Yeah.
Cause honestly, they're buying a house that's probably gone up 60% since 2 years ago,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah. No,
and with
I
the
get you.
economy, it's, you know, 2 incomes to support that mortgage, and rates are going up, so
Yep.
they have to save where they can.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Well,
But-
you must be seeing it.
Oh,
in
yeah.
mortgage rates and
Yeah. I mean, I think all the industries related to real estate are.
it is the realtors.
Yeah. They've
Yep.
been feeling it for some time now, and you know this seems to be kind of getting a little bit tighter. In you know some of the forecasts is that's going to continue for the next, well at least for the rest of the year.
Yes.
Is what, you know.
Yes.
So we'll knock on composite wood that something comes around, but you know I guess that's all we can really do for the moment. So.
Yes.
So tell me something about the both of you that maybe outside of home inspections that people don't know. Something personal that maybe they would relate to you about to kind of bridge that interest in referral a little bit.
My grandparents.
That's big.
So
Congrats.
when we do our monthly special videos,
Mm-hmm.
we try to involve the grandchildren.
Yes.
So
So you're very family oriented. It
yes,
sounds.
Very family oriented. Yes. The one day a week that we do take off, it's to babysit our grandchildren.
Got it.
So, yeah, I think that's why a lot of the, being just a husband and wife team, the small business, a lot of what we do is kind of comes from that, just because everything is family to us, and our kids and grandkids just mean everything to us. So we kind of bring that into our business.
Yeah.
Is that, you know, we just support small businesses, and I try to volunteer a lot. It's always been part of me and our life. So we just, you know, family and values, and so I just try to bring that into the business. And
Yeah.
and it's kind of fun when I'm doing a house that's occupied and you go in the kids' room and there's the Paw Patrol toys. And
Yeah.
I say, oh, I got that at home, which we do. The
Yeah, yeah.
Paw Patrol headquarters, that's
Yeah.
that big. And I'll start rattling off the names of the pups, and the mom and dad are there, and the little kids. Oh, you know Paw Patrol? I said, I know Paw Patrol.
What do I know?
No Paw Patrol.
Yeah.
And even in his report, like when they have children, in, like he says, he does room by room in the
Yeah.
report. He'll say, okay, so what room is this one going to be? Like bedroom number 1, it's going to be Jaden's room. So he even lists it in the report, Jaden's room. He doesn't just write bedroom 1. He writes Jaden's room. Bedroom number 2, oh, that's going to be Alyssa's room, and he'll write Alyssa's room. So when they get their report, it's Alyssa's bedroom and Jaden's bedroom. It's not just bedroom 1, bedroom 2. Like he even personalizes it. It's gonna be your house, you know. So it's it's gonna be
hitting on some of those emotional
Robin
triggers.
Christina's Robin Christina's room, not master bedroom.
Yeah.
So he even takes it a step further to do that in his report. So we just really try to personalize things and make it.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see
So-
where you put a lot of actual thought into, your process.
Yeah.
And I always ask them, okay, if it's applicable, where you gonna put the Christmas tree? That always lights them up. Oh, we're thinking over here. The ceiling's taller, so we can get a bigger one.
Yeah.
And the guys, if the house is empty, okay, I say to them, she has the rest of the house. You have this wall. How big of a TV can we put in? 85, 75. They
Yeah.
like that. That's an eye roll for the ladies, but the guys
Sure,
like
sure,
that.
Yeah. One of the, when we think about like guy things in a house, one of the coolest houses. I didn't know, nobody knew about this until closing day, and we did the final walkthrough. And it was a house in Connecticut, and the couple that was buying it, was a police officer. And we're doing the walkthrough, and the owner custom built the house. And he goes, all right, I'm gonna show you this now. He says, my wife don't even know about this. And I'm like, so intrigued. I didn't get the invite, but I was staring like, what is it? And he was like, I was like, fuck yeah. So I go into, it's this big walk-in closet. He shuts the door, and he has crown molding around, and these little spacers between where they have their shoe racks, and these magnet little click things on the top of the crown. He clicks it, comes off. It's a hidden safe for his firearms.
Oh.
He had where like the spacing between the cabinets. It was like a little hidden little thing. Take it out. A safe, and it's like. It's like, this is my dream house. It was the coolest thing. So I just wanted to share that because like that just reminded me of it. It's just unique.
Oh yeah.
Unique. So cool.
I
I don't even think that the home inspector didn't feel it. I mean, but it was so perfectly blended in. You never would. You would never think it was there. So.
I had a hidden closet once. I didn't know about it.
Wait, did you find it?
Yeah, we did. We were outside looking at the windows. Okay, that's the bedroom number 1, that's bedroom number 2. But what's this window? I haven't seen that in the house. So we go back in, and it was in the bedroom, and there was a closet, there was a bookcase. So I looked at the floor, and it had scuff marks where the door would open. So I pushed it, and it popped open, and it was a closet with that window that we were looking at from the outside. So I put that on my website.
I'm gonna go look for that later.
Yeah, I see a lot of fun things
Yeah.
in houses. One time I opened up the door, and there on the wall was about this big, all Pez dispensers. The guy was displaying his Pez dispensers. There must have been 40 of them. 4 rows of 10. It was cool. All the different ones. Oh, I got that one. I see. Especially the old houses. The oldest house I ever done was 1707 in Burrville.
Don't think I've been in a house that old. 1780s, I think, probably the oldest I've been in.
Yeah.
Wavy floors,
Yeah.
big planks.
Yeah.
The story was that was actually a former ship. So the ship came over and they used the lumber from the ship to build this house.
That's a pretty cool story.
It was really cool, and all the fireplaces in all the bedrooms.
Yeah.
Staircases were at a dangerous pitch like that.
Yeah.
Very narrow.
Yep.
Other houses that I've done, new construction, we do new construction, and they still have problems.
Oh, I know it. I know they do.
Very, whole gambit.
Yeah. Do you do commercial?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. Fair enough.
The one time we did a 4-family in Central Falls. This was right at the beginning of the pandemic, and I think I had COVID. I didn't know. So I was running a fever. I was feeling really, really bad. I had my inhaler, and I kept puffing on that. And we went into the attic, and it was raining. We saw 11 different buckets of different shapes and sizes catching the water.
Did they buy the house?
I don't know, but
Yikes.
It came down. It was a walk up, thank goodness, into the attic. And I came down and I said, "There's 11 buckets of water." I saw my second bat the other day.
Say what?
A bat. A bat.
Oh.
I was in the attic, and it was on the gable vent at the end of the house, It was just hanging,
Just
hanging on
hanging
the
out.
little there, yeah.
It's neat.
I was gonna rub his belly, but I decided against it.
Thank you, thank you.
Good call, good call.
That'll be posted.
Perfect. All right. Any final notes or anything we didn't cover that you'd want to share that you on the forefront of your mind?
We just enjoy what we do. I do.
Yeah.
I get to see new people, every day. The realtors are wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
it's just a new kind of adventure every inspection, because you don't know what you're gonna.
Yeah.
Exactly. You don't know what you're walking into.
Yeah. Yeah.
And everybody's wonderful to talk to. I enjoy talking to everybody. It's nice to help them. Just a pleasure to help them, and we're just grateful. We're grateful for every opportunity.
Yeah.
We always have been, and I let them know that.
Yeah,
And
it's
we're grateful for you helping us. We're grateful for our partners, every referral we get
Yeah.
from everybody. It's just, we're very grateful and very blessed.
And I say that
Awesome.
at the end of the inspection, I say thank you, and they're like, oh no, thank you. I said, no, thank you. You could have gone with, a dozen other inspectors, but you put your faith and trust in us.
Yeah.
We don't take that lightly.
We don't take
Yeah,
that lightly.
yeah.
Here's your chocolate.
It's funny because we'll get so many people that say it didn't even make it. Chocolates didn't even make it home.
Yeah.
Or
They're stress eating on the waiting for the.
my husband didn't even get any, or I didn't even get any. She ate them all on me or something. It's funny. It's just a little something like that, but they appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had gotten a call a Saturday night at 9:30 from a client I did their home inspection, and he had questions on the report, so I'm answering him, and then his tone turned dark. Those chocolates you gave us? Yes. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, they were allergic to the peanut in it or whatever. My wife loves them so much, I'm going out now to get them in vain. Sorry.
The one time it backfired.
Exactly.
That's hilarious. Good stuff. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much.
Oh,
No,
thank you,
thank
Robbie.
you.
I appreciate
Thank
it
you.
very much.
Talking about your business. I appreciate it.
No, thank you.
All right.